In the marrow of our bones, the Coalition understands that you can't have stronger communities without a stronger economy to sustain them.
Tony Abbott is addressing the fact that people say he's a big spender, he's extravagant, therefore he would not be economically responsible. Now, what he is saying is that beyond the big signature policies he's put out, like, for example, paid parental leave, a very generous scheme, and some things that will come up, but beyond those big policies that we know about, he's fundamentally not going to be promising much in the election campaign in the way of new spending.
Labor says it supports smaller government, but has done almost nothing to bring this about. Almost the first act of a coalition government will be to establish this Commission of Audit to bring government back to manageable size.
In this major speech, he's also promised an audit of all government spending. Now, this goes back to John Howard, Peter Costello's model in the mid-90s, where they had a review right through government programs, and of course there were billions of dollars of savings out of that.
This no more than once a decade review of what government does and how government does it will report within 4 months to the Treasurer and the Minister for Finance. That way, the operations of government can be improved and streamlined, while the new government has maximum political capital to make hard decisions.
But of course the risk for him politically in that is that the government can mount a scare campaign and say, well, Tony Abbott had cut this, cut that, people would be squeezed, welfare beneficiaries would be hit, all sorts of spectres they can raise.
A 2009 Victorian study discovered that in this state alone there were 65 business regulators employing 8,000 staff, administering almost 2.4 million licences, spending over $2.3 billion and recovering more than $500 million in fees. These regulators administered 188 acts comprising 26,096 pages, as well as 218 regulations and over 370 codes of practice. It's likely that a similar regulatory thicket would be discovered operating at Commonwealth level, with similar potential for pruning and for savings in costs to businesses and taxpayers and in citizens' time.
Might Tony Abbott be painting himself into a corner here where any announcement now that involves any significant government expenditure from him is going to be seen as counter to the position that he's tried to set himself up?
Well, that's exactly right. Now, he's left himself a little bit of room, but he can't fall off the wagon too often. And if he does start bringing forward spending proposals, or if the government puts up things that the opposition wants to match, people will say, aha, well, you said you were not going to do this. So he'll have, in a way, a double problem of credibility.
Securing our future depends more on strong citizens than on big government. That success depends upon our industry, not just on our geography, and that our destiny will be secured more by hard work than by good luck.